So in the distant northern areas, it is very important that we not starve. And this is a communal effort to make sure that our friends and family are kept well fed with meat. And we have many traditions that enable this. We have the tradition of meat cookies, which comes in many flavors and sizes. And in fact, I have been in the SCA for 12 years now, and this was what I did at my first border wars, was about 4 hours of cooking meat cookies. Now, our utensils at the time were simple, primitive, one might say, cast iron over the fire. But in time, we learned to advance our techniques. Now, necessity is the mother of invention. And last summer, not this most recent one before, we had border wars, but it was with a fire warning. We were allowed fire, but only very small fire. How could we do bacon if we had but small fires? For this fire had the same diameter as our frying pan. The frying pan, when placed upon it, smothered it, like snuffing it out like a candle. But the cries of the populace for bacon would not be sated. And that bacon was not going back in the cooler. So I went to the hoose, and I grabbed a spear. And this spear was meant for the spammoth, for part of what we do in the north is great collective hunts for the mighty woolly spammoth, that we might preserve its meat in neat rectangles for the long winter months. But this was a summer hunt, as I say, and we were hunting the wild bacon. And so I threaded the bacon one strip at a time. I found that in thirds worked best upon the spear. But this spear was heart-shaped, very wide at the base, very narrow at the tip, very difficult because at the end, the bacon wanted to rotate as you rotated the spear. And if you put it all the way onto the wide part of the base, it wanted to cut the bacon purely in half. We made it through. It was much easier with the thick cut than the thin cut, because the thin cut wanted to clump. And then we had bites of raw bacon. That is not good. And that was also when I learned that, yes, it is necessary to tell grown-as adults that if it's actively dripping grease, yes, it is hot. If it is still actively dripping grease, yes, it is hot. So I described my requirements to a swordsmith of our Barony. Then he engineered the bacon spear. You will note that it is of an even diameter all the way along its length. And this has been optimized to have the amount of bacon where the typical bonfire will have an area of coals that's this size that is even. You know, if it's too long, then some of the bacon's like falling off the other side. If it's too narrow, it's inefficient, and I don't want to spend all night doing this. Only 2/3 of the night doing this. For once the populace had tasted of the rotisserie spear bacon, the populace was not going to go back. And I knew before that first night was done that I had set myself up for many extended nights of rotisserie spear bacon. But now we have this. And it is optimized, it is efficient. You might say that it is the Instapot of campfire bacon cooking. And when it has been loaded with bacon and the bacon is ready to serve, I go out amongst the people and offer it. And I sing this song, which I hope you will join along with. Bacon, 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 bacon. Bacon is and bacon was and bacon shall be. Bacon is and bacon was and bacon shall be. Bacon, 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 bacon. And then, if we run out of bacon, and there are lumps of unattended birthday cheese, We can acquire the cheese and we can put that on various stabby things. Or we can stab a nail through it and then tie a wire to the nail and use that to dangle it over the hottest part of the coals. And then we do a variant of this song. Dairy product, dairy product. And I think you know the rest of the tune. All hail the bacon. All